Wind Chimes Memory, written by Hanxi for CIS 3500 at University of Pennsylvania. Instructor is Professor Jérémie Lumbroso.
The interface paused to life. Activation initialized. We strictly follow the Individual Memory Data Privacy Act to protect your privacy. I exhaled slowly. The room was silent except for the faint hum of the neural tone device. I knew it was using the recording of the mother's daily life when she was young, and also connected to the hearing test data of the hospital. Above me, the wind chimes hung motionless. My mother sat across from me, gripping a stained recipe card. The ink had faded, much like her memories. She traced its adage absently, her expression distant. I placed the sleek paper thin band onto her head. The moment it settled, the control panel projected in the ear. Detected user visual impairment. Enable auditory interaction mode. I tapped yes. The interface shifted. The room filled with sound immediately, not just recordings, but tailored sound based on her pulse. A gentle rustling of leaves, the rhythmic dropping of the rain, the soft bubbling of brews. Each note was produced from her own neural activity, her own life experience. Her finger twitched. A subtle neural spiral appeared. Familiarity. Neural tone adjusted, layering the sound into something fuller. The sizzle of oil, the clink of a ceramic bowl, the shuffle of feet against kitchen tiles. A reconstructed moment, turned precisely to her mind response. Then, the wind chimes, because of the air noise produced by neural tone. The interface illuminated with highlighted activity. It responds, fine-tuning the cadence. The chimes no longer rang at random. They followed her brain waves, mirroring the tempo of her recollection. Finally, the wind chimes swung lazily. It was the wind chimes in front of her window when she was young that used to sway with the breeze on high summer afternoon, echoing in her old kitchen. Then, one final note, perfectly timed. Just for a moment, her gaze cleared. She looked at me, not with the usual empty stare, but with something deeper, something real, a flicker of recognition. My baby. Tears pricking my eyes. I reached for her hand, pressing it gently between my own. I'm here, Mom. Her finger curled weakly around mine. The neural tone display flickered, recording the moment. Strengthening the connection, a quiet promote appeared on the screen. Would you like to contribute this sound to the community database? I hesitate. This was ours. My mother's wind chime sounds. Could I really share them? But then I thought of others. If this sound could bring back even a moment of memory to someone else, wasn't it worth it? Take a deep breath, I tap it. Contribute to the community database. A soft chime echoed from the system. Detected 17 similar cases. This sound has been added to the community database to assist other patients. 17 people. 17 lives touched by the same delicate sound. I hadn't accepted that something so deeply personal could resonate beyond us. I turned to my mom. She was still lost in her memory, but this time she was smiling. Behind her, the refrigerator door automatically displayed my schedule and shopping list, and Neurotal was among them. $299 amounts, cheaper than therapeutic drugs but more expensive than tears. Outside, the wind rustled through the vertical farms, carrying the scent of fresh leaves. Now, memory no longer fade on the paper, no longer rely on trees. Across the world, other patients were awaking their own moments. A father recalling his daughter's luster, an artist hearing the stretch of his first terracotta stretch, a grandmother stirring soup to the rhymes of a melody only she knew. Memory was no longer sleeping away, it was being reawakened. And so the wind chimes kept singing. My reflection for this story is that as a software engineer, I often think about how technology could enhance human capability and help us to solve the disease that we haven't solved now. Um, the technologies today can already restore old photos, old videos, and simulate voice, and even predict something we haven't found. And when writing this story, I was interact with how this artificial intelligence, memory, and the human beings identity, and we already see technologies being used in many ways. But what if when artificial intelligence not just keep memory and help us to awake memory? What would happen? So I explore this tension. Technology is in this story is in the gray zone because it is not only the tools that we link to our family who has this ability to record their memories, but it's also could be bad things that when it used to rewrite a person's history that would cause terrible things. So I think that as a software engineering, when we build software, I think we need to make sure that to explore the questions that if the algorithm determines which moments are most significantly, does that would reduce human agency? And because artificial intelligence now is engaged in our history more and more, and even about how do we identity ourselves and how do we memory ourselves. So it is really important, and I want to inspire my reader about how do we find the balance about control, agreement, technology, aggress, and personal autonomy. That's all, and thanks you for listening.